I don't wanna wait for my life to be over, so I do it now.
Good morning, good afternoon, good day, everyone. It's Transfemerate MTG here. And today we're going to do something just a little bit different from what is the norm for me. I was going to play a little bit of silly best of one standard with something that is not designed to win. It's just designed to be a little bit silly. So the idea is I had a Final Fantasy draft where I had a couple of Ishtola rules and ended up just tapping down a whole bunch of my opponent's creatures every turn, every turn. So I decided, yeah, why not sort of look at into that as a kind of idea. So we've got Splash Portal, Clifftop Lookout, Ignis here, Badgermole Cub, just to try and ramp as much as we can. Not a single basic land in the entire deck. Have a Riddler, a Bahamut, and a Coma just to sort of ramp into. An Omega, which will tap down a whole bunch of stuff and gain me a bit of life. Drive the Overwood for some card draw, and a potential Poo-Poo UFO as well, swinging in for an awful lot, with a bunch of your, sort of bunch of counter spells, a little bit of graveyard hate, Splash Portal to mostly just bounce a lot of these land creators. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty bad deck, but it is a heck of a lot of fun to play with. Got all of these terrible towns. It's super slow, but you know what? Sometimes you just need a little bit of a change from what you normally play, and having a little bit of fun can be exactly what you need at times. So we'll go into it. Again, sort of aiming for maybe one win in this session here. Don't really care at all about playing ranked at this point. Here, I've got a Splash Portal if I draw a land with a Clifftop Lookout. Got some counter magic, a couple of payoffs. I think that's totally fine. First thing, the Night Angel. Again, I come up against actual decks, so probably going to get rid of the 3 steps ahead. Maybe the Splash Portal here. Can't get rid of the Clifftop Lookout. Travel the Overwood is also an option. See, I'm not fussed at all about winning in this situation here. Really, just more fussed about seeing if I can do some ridiculous stuff. Gain way too much life and then not have a real win condition. Oh, here there's going to bin the 3 steps, I guess. Do have, as many towns as I can possibly get just for the travel of the overworld. They also work nicely with the Omega. Got Capital City here. We'll play it and we'll get this Clifftop Lookout out. Don't think they're going to be able to counter it, which means I'll at least get a 4th land. And chances are it means that I'll be able to travel the overworld. Cool. Paying 3 life, I still get the land anyway. That's all I really wanted. Starting town's not a bad thing to have. Oh, a Demonic Pact. Alrighty. So I've got to, they're looking like they're gifting, so I've got to begin to do a little bit of hard yards here. Let's make Jador a creature. Cool. Let's discard the 2 Omegas here. Hopefully be able to draw a few cards next turn, but yeah, again, if not. Cool. Sheriff. That's totally fine. I imagine they've got some sort of harmless offering in hand, so it would be really nice to be able to draw into some counter magic before I get given the worst of it. Yeah, I guess a Soul Guide. What can we... It doesn't really matter at this point what we've been. Exile a Duress, I guess. I'm probably going to look to sack the Soul Guide Lantern to draw a card rather than anything else. Need to find that counter magic to be able to stop the Demonic Pact from coming my way. Abandon attachments. They're really digging. They might not even have the harmless offering or whatever it may well be. Quantum Riddler's not really what we want. Let's go Badgermole Cub on the starting town. What are we looking for here? Probably a Quantum Riddler more than anything. Guess I'll just cast it for its full cost. Draw me a card. Got the Travel the Overworld. That's kind of nice. Although, yeah, it's going to be too late here. They're just going to gift me the pact, and I am going to likely lose the game. Yep, here we go. Yeah, just didn't find the counter magic I was looking for. Which is, you know, expected, understandable. Do have, yeah, what, the 6 counter spells there, which isn't too shabby. What I do have as an option, oh, go away.
This is your rank.
Potentially,
After each victory, it'll improve.
I mean, the UFOs
Competition
are
can be
kind of
fierce,
nice. The
but
aetherizers are kind of nice,
You'll
but
earn
might not
rewards
actually
based on your
need the
highest rank
aetherizers
each
as
season.
much. Yeah, go away,
The higher
Sparky.
the rank, the
Sparky
better
just
the rewards.
keeps on coming.
Check on your rank in the
Do have the
profile.
Into the Flood more as a potential option to bring in as well. Maybe I get rid of one of the Essence Scatters, one of the Negates, and bring in a couple of Into the Flood mores, because if I can, yeah, I mean, bounce that to its owner's hand. I mean, bouncing things is pretty good. Not that I'm coming up against, you know, sort of a cat-packed deck all the time. But sometimes counter spells do just linger in the hands a little bit. Mysterizers, Badger Mauls, UFOs on the draw. I think that's going to be just a mulligan hand. Oh, it's going to be a second mulligan, and that's totally fine. We can get rid of the Coma and the Omega. Honestly, I think this deck mulligan's fine as well, because generally I can get a little bit of a ramp on pretty quickly. Here I'm expecting to maybe be countered. Yeah, counter the cub. Or kill the cub. Probably counter the cub. Yep, counter the cub. Yeah, probably should have Mysterized Village first. Oh, they've only got, they kept a 2-lander. That's a little bit rough. What, are they going to go search too deep here? Yep, they're consulting the star charts. That, again, is not awfully surprising. Can, yeah, hit the Ignis this turn. They might just counter it, but, you know. Oh well, got another one in hand. Yep, another counter spell. Wow, I love playing against control decks, don't you? I mean, unfortunately not quite quick enough to be able to make my villages uncounterable here. What I might do is I might try and run out this Clifftop Lookout. So the next turn I can actually Ignis, make it uncounterable if I need to. If they just kill the Clifftop Lookout here, I think that's fine by me. Yeah, that's not, you know, that's not my end game. Another Mysterized Village, so I mean, at least now I'm definitely going to be able to prevent things from being countered. But cool, Legend of Kuruk. Probably going to wait a little bit and see if I can just flood more it, give them a fish. At least they're tapped out here, which means they definitely shouldn't be able to kill or to stop the Ignis from hitting the board. Gonna search myself for another land. Gonna be a tap land. Soul Guide Lantern here. What will we get rid of? Let's spin a Consult. Just in case they have some way of getting rid of it. I mean, Ignis is kind of nice because it can just start eating things from people's bins as well, if it's entirely necessary. What are they going to do here? Going to look to get rid of the Ignis? Yep, fantastic. Go to attacks, and then... Oh, actually, no. just tap down all my mana here. And here we're actually going to go a spell can't be countered. Bounce the, give them a fish. Bounce the Legend of Kuruk just so they don't start getting all on the board. And pass the turn. Which means they have to spend a turn replaying it, not getting all the value from casting spells, water bending to take an extra turn. We're replaying that Legend of Kuruk. Go resolve this here. Keeping one on top, drawing it, and having 2 mana. Let's suppose I'm just going to draw a card from the lantern here. Essence Scatter, not really probably going to be too handy against this deck here. What we'll do is... yeah, we'll say that my Clifftop Lookout is going to be uncounterable. I think that's a fine decision. Still have mana up for an Essence Scatter should the need arise. Gain another couple of life with the Adventurers in. And yeah, pass the turn. They can't attack with the Clifftop Lookout. They can kill it if they want, or so they can't attack into it with the fish. Cool, they're going to gain a life from a backwater. It's actually still kind of nice seeing, I mean, especially in somewhere like Gold. I mean, I know, spent some time playing yesterday because I played this on day 1. Won maybe 2 or 3 games the entire time, playing best of 1. Went all the way down to the bottom of Gold 4 and then spent summer yesterday just taking some time and playing Boros and going on, nice little win sprees. Legend of Kuruk here, my turn. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say can't be countered. I'm going to make them mill half their library just because why not? Gets me slightly closer to a win. They mill 20 cards. I can still play the land afterwards. They can't counter it. So what are they going to do here? This thing is... oh, they're consulting. Okay. At least they know what's on the bottom of their library as well. So what have they got? It's got a bunch of dragons. So you get dragons, Wanchi Tong, Deadly Cover-Up. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty standard Demir, I would say. Because here, there is the chance that I am just able to survive long enough. Like if I draw another one, if I draw an Omega, make it uncounterable, tap down the Avatar Kuruk, gain a bunch of life, then certainly a chance that I just, wait these 18 turns potentially. Although the fact that they do have at least the one Deadly Cover-Up, see, one Wanchi Tong, 1 Restless Reef, 1 Marang River Sergeant, Scavenger Regent. Okay. What are they looking for? Hope they hit nothing. That would be very nice. Riverchurn Monument? Yeah, see, they think that I'm playing an actual deck where I want to try and mill their library. I don't have a single Riverchurn Monument. My goal here is to just have a bunch of enters triggers to tap down all of your stuff and gain more life than I know what to do with. So they spent 4 mana on nothing, which always feels pretty good. Again, do I think that leaves me in a winning scenario? Absolutely not. May as well play the Ishtola here, because there is no reason not to. I think it's going to kill the Ishtola. Nice. Again, it's just going to be bouncing herself. Yeah, that's definitely a cat girl, right? I don't know. Again, Final Fantasy is not what we're after. But your persistence certainly makes things a little bit more tricky. I mean, another village doesn't really help either. What are they going to put into play? Oh, they're going to get an Ishtola. Interesting. They can bounce the Kuruk, but I feel like they don't want to bounce the Kuruk. Why don't they just get something of their own back? I feel like that was going to be a better option. Unless they want to draw more cards, sort of scry and draw a bit more, but unless they've got, if they got something with an ETB in hand, then have they got a Mistvale Regent? Is it Mistvale Regent? Unagi, Meringue River Regent. Yeah, Unagi. Let that resolve because I guess why not? Also because I hit resolve all a little bit too quickly. Yeah, it's gonna, you know, bouncing the same stuff over and over and over again. I mean, I've got lethal on board, so I've got to maybe try and draw an Ether Eyes would be really nice. Yeah, draw, and it's going to be a Crossroad Village, and it's going to be game. Again, it's just a silly deck, having fun. If I can get things going, that's all that I really care about. Oh, Gifting Spree. Nice. Just getting a few more of those festive achievements coming through. Because, I mean, ideally, and, you know, this, you'd want to be playing stock ups. You'd probably, I mean, you know, Simic is pretty strong with sort of your Simic ramp. With that silly 2-mana legend that makes non-legendary token copies, which I think they need to stop making non-legendary tokens. It used to be something that would only happen every now and then, and I really liked that. I thought that was fantastic. Here, I guess we'll keep. Again, I'm not really too fussed at all. This doesn't win against really any of the decks in current standard, so certainly not upset about keeping a hand that is a little bit slow. Hired Claw. Probably just attack and no, Magebane Lizard. Okay. Means they are sort of your traditional red aggro rather than one of your slightly more direct, you know, sort of creature, non-creature spell like combat trick decks. Sanctuary and probably just attacking it with everything. Well, High Claw, it's kind of nice. They're going to kill the cub? They sure are. At least they'll take a damage. Alright, come on, land. And having it in her untapped would be kind of nice as well, but chances of that, yeah, very slim. We'll go green here. And just pass the turn. An Essence Scatter here if they want to try and put something down which makes things really scary again. Nice, that is exactly the sort of thing I'm wanting to counter. Happy to take the damage, then I'll be taking another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I draw a land, that enters untapped for the Clifftop Lookout. That would kind of be nice with the Splash Portal. It does not enter untapped. So, what would I prefer to have? The Lookout or the Ignis? Probably the Ignis. Just blocks out slightly better. Just about whiffed. Let's see. I'm expecting to be very dead here. I think potentially this could be a, this video ends when I win a game. Okay, they take one from the Magebane, they can pay for one of the hired claws. Unless they've got a, something like a Flame Strike in hand, which is pretty reasonable for them to have, in which case I will just be dead as a doornail. No, cool, we'll go clifftop lookout. Find a land. They want to kill it, that's okay. I surveil actually, that's kind of nice. Pop the Ignis into the bin and hope that we hit. And take one. Some sort of removal. Are they going to burst lightning me? Oh, so they just had a lightning strike anyway. Okay, why did they just kill me on my turn? I stepped out. I think after a good few months of sort of grinding and sort of playing to win, it's actually a really nice change, just being super lax and not really caring. I feel like it's just that little bit more entertaining sometimes when you're like, no, actually the goal here is not to win, the goal here is to see if I can do something a little bit ridiculous at least once and have a little bit of fun with it. Here, I think this is a... could almost be keepable, but not quite. This, on the other hand, very highly keepable. Even got a breeding pool to be able to have the Mistwriter's Village enter untapped for the Badger Mole Cub, which is very nice. Could have done it the other way around, actually. The Guarda Salem first probably would have been a better idea. Okay, we've got mono white. Feels like probably maybe life gain. Life gain's always a pretty reasonable expectation for it. No, black white sacrifice, Kitramos. Servondum instead. Alrighty. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to grow ginormous anyway, so not really too much point in thinking about it. So I'm going to play the Guarda-Salm. Yep, absolutely. Thank you, breeding pool. You know exactly what I'm wanting to do. And we'll go Clifftop Lookout. Capital City's not shabby. So I've got 3, 6, 8, so I can actually play the Coma next turn if I really wanted, which really wouldn't be too bad of an idea. I've also got the Ether Eyes to be able to deal with it. With this, just when it leaves, dies, open to exile. Surely they don't sacrifice anything here, yeah. They should play it second main after the Voice of Victory, I would imagine. Cool. 1, 2... I mean, I guess, like, I block everything regardless. Not really going to be killing anything, and the Sephiroth's going to pop, the Servondum's going to pop anyway. Cool. Servondum. Guess we just, yeah, run out Coma and pass the turn. Like having an 8-12 with Ward 4 is pretty good, because if they cast anything, then... well, if they spend any mana on anything, then I can just block the Servondum and not have to worry about it being blown up. Still got the Ether Eyes and the Ignis to dig a little bit deeper. Ooh, Blood Witch. That could make a difference. And a Voice of Victory. Alrighty. Cool, so we're definitely just going to block onto the Servondum there, and I guess we block a Voice. And a Badgermole Cub, just to prevent 1 extra damage. They probably kill a Badgermole Cub, but I think that's okay. I attack with Coma, and then hold all this mana up to Ether Eyes next turn. 3... okay, destroy it to attack 1. Yeah, no, you can't because it's got the ward. Yeah, killing one of the cubs is a. Oh, okay. So the Sephiroth gives them the emblem, which is a little bit rough. here, I'm going to take another 2. Got the Ishtola, but that doesn't really do much for me here. Can't actually even attack with the Coma because I will just... So I can't play that, so I guess just pass the turn and wait for them to attack, and then bounce everything to hand. So I attack with a Coma, I just take at least 4 damage, and they block with a couple of wonderful... Of course, so they are actually going to go for a full-on attack by the looks of things. Cool. Gonna have all of these triggers. Really should have not let that resolve. That's really silly of me. Should have forget that it's any number of attacking creatures. I was in for a survival for at least a little bit longer. Just bouncing everything. He could maybe have sacrificed the Blood Artist, which would have given me a little bit of, go down to 1. I still don't think that I win from there because I just attack with the Blood Artist next turn. And get me where it hurts. This feels like a reasonable enough kind of hand. We'll go tap land turn 1, tap land turn 2. Let's go green on this one and then blue on the next one. Playing Boros with a nice looking Voice of Victory there. We'll go blue on this one. What are they running out here? It's an Enduring Innocence, just drawing some cards. That's always nice. Breeding Pool, but we'll go Adventurers in. And 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'll have to discard if I do that. So I'm just going to pass the turn. Maybe it looks at Ether Eyes next turn. Anim Pakal. I feel like that's reasonable to bounce. Oh, of course I can't. Got the they've got the Voice of Victory. How silly of me! Breeding Pool, pay 2 life, lift up Lookout. And grab a nice random land. I get to Surveil, which is nice. That's not going to do much for me. And then the Splash Portal. They can kill it if they wanted to. And I get to draw a Jador as well. What are they going to do here? Why didn't they kill it in response to my Splash Portal? That seems silly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's going to be lethal, yeah. Alright, let's see how far down we can get before we finally hit a win. Again, we've dropped nice and far so far, but having fun with it, which is what everything is about. Not sweating on losses at all, really. Honestly, yeah, I think as much as I enjoy playing Standard, I think potentially as it may go, some of the Standard days are over. Got Starting Town, which I guess I play. Yeah, Soul Guide, just to have it on the battlefield. The red land entering tapped feels like a pretty good sign. Artist Talent. Oh, Soul Guide Lantern is going to be kind of nice here, I think, as well. Let's go Adventurers in. Pass the turn. Can cast a nice Essence Scatter if they try and cast some sort of Gran or something. Or they're just going to level up Artist Talent. That's fine. Come on, land. Ooh, Mysterized Village. That's actually fine as well. Nuno Gonçalves. Another artist talent. Okay, it's going to go for a whole bunch of drawing, discarding. Being able to bin the Soul Guide Lantern at some point to get rid of what will be about 1,001 lessons might be okay, but everything is so cheap for them at this point already. Let's pass through the turn. I mean, being able to counter a monument would be delightful here. Oh, so here... Oh, shouldn't resolve all, because they're going to discard 2 lessons. Oh, they... Okay. I was going to say they discard 2 lessons, and then I sack it before they have an ancestral recall. But let's have another one here. Gran. Perfect. Let's just essence scatter that. Don't need any of their spells being cheaper again. Monument. Okay. Probably would have been a little bit nicer to counter, but it's alright. And then, okay, they're just doing it to get the cycle out. If I can get to the mana where I can actually cast an Omega, I should be able to gain life enough through all of what they've got going on. But at this point it's feeling pretty unlikely. So they can make me lose life if they cast another spell here. Okay, yeah. At least they can't spell on my turn, so that's good. Yeah, let's draw 4. Discard a definitely want the Clifftop Lookout. Probably been 1 negate and the 1 travel the overworld. Yeah, let's do that. Another monument, awesome. Got to grab the prize. Haven't seen that since Pauper. Certainly don't see it in many standard decks. Again, actually, fingers crossed that I might just be able to stick around for long enough that that they may even draw themselves out. That'd be quite amusing. I do have to be a little bit careful. We've got the 2 artist talents, 2 monuments, and a Grand. There's going to be, yeah, absolutely rip-snorting through their entire library. I can make spells uncounterable with the Mistrized Village. Another cool artist talent. Sorry, monument. Not artist talent. That would be silly for them to play another one. Don't think they desperately don't need it. I've got access to a whole bunch of mana. It's going to abandon some attachments. Yeah, it's totally fine. Right, they looked at half their library at the moment. What can they do? They can only draw a card and create another treasure on my turn. They can do a little bit on their turn if they want. Stormcatcher Mentor. I'm going to draw a card. Cool, so they're out of monuments on this turn here. Okay, just going to loot just for the hell of it. My turn. Play this Adventurer's Inn. They're going to do stuff while this is on the stack. Nope. I can't even make the Clifftop Lookout uncounterable. They do want to counter it, sure. They can counter it. I think I'll probably just die here regardless. Oh, no, they let it happen. Go to combat. Gonna kill it. Okay. Yeah, I guess we resolve all. 24. Yeah, because that's on cast as well. A bunch of cards, make a bunch of treasures. They play one non-creature spell next turn, and I am out of here. Let's just go. Maybe we'll just negate that. They're just going to re-counter the negate. No, it's going to let it resolve, and look, I may as well just exile their whole graveyard here because it's fun. Means things only cost 2 less instead of 3 less. Not that it matters at all. Yeah, I mean that's just going to be game. I'm not even going to let them play it out. 3 monuments just whittles me down a little bit too much, especially when I was a little bit stuck on land. Didn't see any Storm Chasers talents. Interesting take on it that there were no Storm Chasers in there. Since I do actually think Storm Chaser is probably one of the better cards there. Let's see, Mr. Eyes Adventurers in with a couple of Floodmoors. That's mulliganable. Here we'll keep 6 and bin the Travel the Overworld. I guess Mr. Eyes Village first. And these all end tapped, so it really doesn't make any difference. There's going to be a bunny. No, Halia, basically a bunny. And Capital City is actually kind of nice. I think we're going to play the Guarda Salam Farplane Gateway first, though. Airbender Ascension targeting nothing. Cool. My turn. We've got Crossroads Village on blue, I suppose, because we're going to need more blue than we are going to any sorts of green at this point. Perfect. We'll just scatter the Halia. Want to keep 3 steps ahead for potential other things. We'll just run out the Capital City and pass the turn. See what they want to cast here. Youthful Valkyrie. Yeah, no, I'm going to counter that. I don't want a big flyer getting even bigger, and then I can always flood more something else that comes down. Yeah, we're going to go green on this Crossroads Village, pass the turn. What's their play on 5? Okay, we can let that Youthful Valkyrie resolve. Pass the turn and go to my turn. Well, that's really nice actually, the Clifftop Lookout. That means that I can cast the Jador, gain a couple of life. Wonderful. Cast the Jador next turn just to mill half their library. Give myself... Well, give me, yeah, what, a 23 turn clock at this point. Can't counter whatever they play. Cool, that's alright. Resolve, they're going to put a counter on the Valkyrie. Attack with the Valkyrie, that's fine. I was going to block, bounce whatever their biggest creature is at some point anyway. So here we're just going to mill the Jador. Mill with the Jador, sorry. Get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. Play this land tapped and no attacks. Okay, another Airbender Section, Exemplar, Lyra, a bunch of planes, the rest of the useful Valkyries, got a Lyra. Cool. No, no blocks. Exemplar of Light's going to get ginormous. Draw some more cards. Ignis. And, oh, I whiff! That's not what I like to see. Airbender Ascension. That I am going to counter, actually. Cool. Here we can enter the flood more on the Lyra. So waste is sheltered by ghosts. Means I don't immediately die on this next turn. They can't replay the Lyra right now. Ooh! Interesting. Clifftop Lookout being bounced. I take 9. They gain some life, draw a card. Alrighty. And a Lightstall Inquisitor. Okie doke. And what are they going to do? Just bounce the Inquisitor every turn? Not that it matters. What's it? War 2? Yeah. I'm going to resolve, and we're going to pay with the capital city and the Crossroads Village. Going to get a Reacher back, which means I can block the Valkyrie, pass through the turn, so I don't die this turn, I believe. Because I'll counter whatever they play. They can't double spell the Lyra and the Exemplar. And yeah, block the Youthful Valkyrie and hopefully draw something that is good enough. Draw something that is good enough to sort of slow things down a little bit. We've got Halia, it's going to gain some light, gain some life. Make the Valkyrie that little bit. Kill the Inquisitor. Block the Valkyrie. Yeah. Bounce the Airbender Ascension. And that's going to be game. Well, you know, survived for a little bit of time there, but did not quite find the removal or sort of the creature base I was looking for to be able to do anything particularly important. Let's see, gonna keep on running it, gonna keep on sliding down the ranks. Again, not even remotely fussed. Having quite a good time. Seeing if something can, you know, sort of go right. UFO to Overworlds. Nope. That feels a little bit better. Probably just bin the UFO at this point. Because I can potentially get into the Omega reasonably quickly. With the 2 cubs, especially if they stay alive, which I doubt they're going to stay alive, but... Let's see, they are choosing. Come on. Come on, friends. I'm going to give them a your go, just because I am much less a fan of waiting in something like this, especially when I've got a hand that is going to be reasonable. Well, I might just scoop this, because I would rather scoop than take a win on them just batting out, because then again, yeah, I'm gonna that's gonna be my, you know, video ends here at this point when I get a win. I don't want that to be my win. If it was another 45 minutes later, then probably would be that way, where I'd I'd very much happily take it. Probably don't want to be sat here for the entirety of the day. But for now, oh, this looks like a pretty nice opening hand. I say pretty nice. 3 tap lands and no plays until, what, turn 4 at this point, really. That's totally fine. Again, not wasting any more. I had 1 starting town in the collection, not wasting any more wild cards on a starting town. Virtually everything I have here I already had to begin with, so happy enough to keep it that way. Let's pass the turn. I can always flood more the Sky Knight Squire should things get far too out of hand. Are they going to be cats? They are going to be cats. Very nice. Helpful Hunter. Yep. Draw a card. Yep. Resolve everything. I'll happily take 2 at this point. What would I rather here? Probably rather another Solemn, and then I'll cast a Soul Guide here, just for the hell of it. Maybe draw a card next turn. They're gonna run out here. Second Cavern. That makes things a little bit more difficult. If I'm only taking 3 here, that's kind of nice. So we'll resolve that, and then bounce the the Curiosity back to hand, so they don't draw an inane amount of cards. Mr. Village, Clifftop Lookout. There you go, a little bit of ramp, finally, and we'll just pass the turn. Block the Helpful Hunter if I want here, or the Sky Knight Squire, because it will be a flyer by the next time it comes in. Do get the ability to, I could just, you know, I'm not really going to be countering any spells here. Yep, so that's going to be big. I think I might end up wanting to make a copy of the, okay, why are you letting me kill the Helpful Hunter? That feels... almost feels like a mistake. My turn. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be countering anything. What I might do is I might just make a copy of the Lookout. Yeah, we're going to go make a copy of the Clifftop Lookout. Pay the mana, get another land. Oh, I get a Surveil into an Omega. Okay. Keep that in hand just because I can. We'll pass the turn. We'll probably look at Soul Guiding next turn just to see if I can draw another land, actually get that either the Omega or the Comas out. The Omega would be a little bit more helpful to get out though. So here what I want to do is block the Sky Knight Squire. Could end up taking the Curiosity damage. Ooh, Epicenter Ascension. Alrighty. What are they going to bounce? My token? Oh, you bounced the token. You bounced the token because I can't get the token back. I say as I am staring down the barrel of... okay, so it's going to be 5-9 damage. Okay. So I'm not going to be quite dead. I mean, I suppose they are getting rid of the token regardless, but yeah, it doesn't feel like it's quite the best way of going about things. And there may be a 1 or 2 drop creature here, and that will be game. Or another Sheltered by Ghosts. Wonderful. I think I would still bounce the token and have the Clifftop Lookout under, because it's going to cost more to get the Lookout back from under the Sheltered by Ghosts than it would with getting them under something else. I mean, this is the sort of deck where something like a really just go harder into the control element and have what's the doppelgang would probably be a nice win con. But again, I'm not really playing this entirely seriously, so yeah, certainly not fussed about green on this one. Certainly not fussed about playing it optimally, or sort of making this a competitively viable deck, because it's for sure not. Yeah, we'll do it on the starting town. And I guess next turn, Crossroad Villages for a green. If they kill the Badge Mole card, that is a little bit of a rough one, but just with that 1 mana there. So we'll go, on blue, and we'll Clifftop Lookouts. Add another land. Yeah, and actually, this is the best start we've had so far, that's for sure. I mean, they'll probably kill the Badger Mole card with the 2 mana they have. I'm expecting you to say a Get Lost. Banded Air Temple. No, they're saving up Counter Magic. But what I'm going to do is attack with the Cub and the Lookout. What are they going to do here? Kill the Cub? Cool. Fantastic. They're just tapping it. So we'll attack with just the Clifftop Lookouts, and we'll draw 4 cards, thanks. The fact that they tapped out and left it nice for me to... I mean, they could just be playing artifacts, actually, if that's their mental modulation. Oh, because it's only tapping it. So is it just sort of like a cheaper control, potentially? We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana available to me next turn. Could play the Ishtola Rule, but I would rather actually get them out as uncounterable with a couple more mana. I like having the Zanarkand. Oh, there we go. Get Lost. That's what I was expecting a wee while ago, if we're being perfectly honest. Go another Mysterized Village. We'll say I have an uncounterable spell up next to be able to run out the Ignis how I would want it. Just means that I get to dig for another land again, and they cannot counter it. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Hopefully I don't miss this time. I'll take the Breeding Pool. They can kill the Ignis if they want. It'll gain me a little bit of life in the long run, but not enough that I think it's a huge deal if they kill it. Okay. Actually kinda happy with that. You're just gonna get me another land, and the more lands I have, the more I can cast more uncounterable Omegas. Would love for you to have a non-land permanent on the battlefield though, friend. What we'll do is we'll go, next spell I cast this turn can't be countered. And we'll, drop the Ignis again. Hit a... Hedge Maze, get a Surveil. That should be kind of nice. Oh yeah, no, we'll keep the Adventurers in. That's a land that enters untapped. That's crazy. Attack with the Lookout. It's going to turn the Anchorage into a creature, I'm sure. I mean, they can. Oh, what are they doing? They're going to cast a spell? Really? Let's try and counter the 3 steps ahead. They don't have any counter magic up. Okay. And I guess we'll play the Xanarkans, just gets me even more land. This is surprisingly looking okay. I can sense like an Ultima coming to, you know, blow up the starting town, which, you know, that would be frustrating, but certainly not the end of the world. Oh, no, they're just 3 steps ahead again? Interesting. And a land and probably no play. Venat? Oh, delightful. Venturers in Omega, Heartless Evolution. Tap it down with 10 stun counters. I gain 10 life. And even another Clifftop Lookout. Get myself some more mana. Next turn to run out an uncounterable Ishtola Ruel. And looking like we're almost in the driver's seat, because here it can't actually destroy a non-land permanent. Because here, again, sort of expecting an Ultima to come at some point or another. But it's I've not seen it so far, because we've got Lethal on board. They, yeah, exile the Omega, that's fine, it did its job. Is this going to be a win just before the hour mark? Authority of the Consoles, totally fine. Oja Papatic, drawing another card. I think that's totally fine. They've got no mana up, so the Ishtola Ruel is actually going to be doing bits. I guess we make the Clifftop Lookouts a little bit bigger if we potentially can. Nope, drawing a land. Yeah, I can do it one more time. Oh, into the Floodmoor. Totally nice to keep. Pass the turn. Going to keep bouncing. Clifftop Lookout. They gain life. I get more land. It's fine. If they want to attack with Ogia Patic, I will likely just Etherize this turn. Pass. What have they got here? I've got an Essence Scatter that I can counter something. Or I can just wait for them to attack and Etherize. It really does depend what they end up doing here. Definitely an interesting variant of Azorius Control. Oh, so they are just going to make the birdie. They can make a second birdie to fly. That would be totally fine. Pass to attacks. They're just going to attack with the anchorage. Alrighty. I think that's fine. I think I'm just going to take something with the Ignis instead. Oh, because Coma can't be countered. So, yeah, pass to blocks. It's going to block with my Clifftop Lookout that can block it. No point in etherizing it at this stage. Still curious as to what they're going to want to be doing. They can draw a bunch of cards, particularly with the Fountain Port and Anchorage. I mean, what would be lovely to see here would maybe be a Bahamut. Cool. They just trade. They're going to sack the map token. Yeah. Yep. Sack the map token, draw a card. I've only got access to the 1 mana though, which means I'm pretty safe to do, I think, most of what I would want. Okay, let's exile a creature. Let's exile the Badger Molcarp just to make a food. Just so I can eat the food should I desire. Oh, another Omega? Yes please, actually. They've got 1 mana, they can't counter for 1 mana. And here I'm just going to be gaining excessive amounts of life. Also play the Coma. There's probably just a scoop here from them at this point. Because what I'm going to do, I was going to bounce the Omega twice, gain an obscene amount of life, and tap down all of their creatures for an obscene amount of time. What do I go up to? 75. And have lethal and then sub next turn, but again, am expecting something like an Ultima, some sort of mass removal. They're still digging. What can they have for 3 mana? I mean, even if it's destroy all tap creatures, I'm still in the driver's seat. I'm on 73 with slightly fewer cards in library, but that's fine. I can always ideally sort of find a way to animate sort of or get a Xanacan back, mill half their library, be in the driver's seat. What can they do here? Okay, so it's going to tap things, draw a card, try and find answers. Really don't think it matters here. We'll sack the token. They've got 1 mana available. Yeah, and that's game. Ooh, there we go. By my counts, it was just about an hour. And get a rank back up to gold 2. So yeah, just about an hour to win the first game. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? 8 losses, 1 win? Maybe 9 losses, 1 win? Feels like a pretty good day for it. Let's celebrate by opening 2 Avatar: The Last Airbender packs. See what we managed to grab. A couple of firsts, fantastic, filling out the nice little collection very nicely. I have just about collected 4 of all of the common cards, only missing a small handful here, 5 mythics, 3 rares, and yeah, I mean that's 4 of all, so the basic level collection just about finished. Don't really have almost anything else in the collection. This was a newer account. I did have a previous account, but I wanted to start afresh, start anew, and just see if it made a difference. And I mean, not that it definitively has made a difference, but certainly a difference enough that I've decided to continue playing on this one here. And of course, that is me. That is Transfemerate MTG, with a little bit of fun going on. A little bit of fun going on with some Simic. Took an hour to win the first game, but when I won pretty hard. Up to 70 odd life and having a good time. So thank you for joining me in a festive New Year sort of fun little challenge, I suppose. And as always, I'll see you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.